Hey guys, so I want to get into Basketball Wives, specifically this relationship with Malaysia and Brandi. Now, it's only the second episode of the new season, and I actually am happy to see the new faces because all of the stuff that went down the past couple of seasons with Evelyn and Shawnee and OG, I didn't appreciate the way OG was treated, but that's another video. But for the most part, the new women, even though some are old that they brought back, I'm kind of feeling this new cast. So when it comes to Malaysia and Brandi and their friendship, they've fallen out. They haven't been friends in over, I think, 3 years or more. And Brandi feels away because her father passed away and Malaysia didn't reach out to her to, give her condolences or to even just check on Brandi. And I honestly have mixed emotions with this because I myself have a friend that I've had for almost 20 years. Me and her are no longer friends. We haven't been friends in a few years now. And I can relate to this topic, but I feel that if a friendship, I'm not even going to say expired, just saying if you haven't had any communication with someone that you fell out with, that you were very close with for many years, was Malaysia wrong for not reaching out? I think she wasn't wrong, right? Now, as far as Brandi claiming that Malaysia knew and didn't reach out is something that we're never going to know if Malaysia really knew that Brandi's father had passed away. Malaysia says that she didn't know. Brandi claims that they have mutual friends and Malaysia did know, and she's acting as if she didn't to give an excuse as to why she didn't reach out. Now, see, my whole thing is this. Both of these ladies have not been in communication for years. Yes, Brandi lost a close family member, her father on top of that. Malaysia has been going through her own struggles or issues. And just because Malaysia didn't deal with a death doesn't mean that Brandi is right for not checking on Malaysia as well. Now, like I said, Malaysia claims that she didn't know, and I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say maybe she didn't know, right? Even if she did know, should Malaysia have reached out to someone that she hadn't spoken to in over 3 years? I don't know, because this is the thing. Sometimes when you have a falling out with someone that you have been extremely close with for many years, not just someone that, you just been like cool with and hung out with. I mean, a friendship, a sisterhood, someone that you have been very close with. You guys haven't spoken in years. Something tragic happens to one of you and the other doesn't reach out. Now, had Malaysia reached out, would Brandi have responded or would Brandi have ignored her? That's where it gets tricky at. Because if someone is not in communication with someone and something happens, who's to say if the other party reaches out that the other party would welcome them or respond or acknowledge them? We don't know this. And Brandi, I believe, because of the way she's acting about it, because they're now taping and, it's like you got to put on a show for the cameras type of thing. So it's like now it has to be drama because you're taping a show. My whole thing is, why wait until the show is taping for you to say what you have to say or, whatever the case may be? Now, I get it. Okay, you guys have both signed on to do the show, meaning they both knew that they were going to be in the same room together. They both knew that they would be seeing each other again after all of these years of not communicating. So that right there just goes to show that they were willing to talk again. They knew what was coming. Like, okay, I haven't seen Brandi in 3 years. Malaysia, Brandi, I haven't seen Malaysia in 3 years. So now we're going to see each other. And the first thing she wants to bring up is, oh, my father passed away and you didn't reach out to me. And I know you knew. And it's just like, I honestly can't even fault Malaysia for not reaching out, because Brandi, if this was someone that you were close with and that you were upset about, I just feel that off camera, maybe you should have reached out and DM'd her or said something to her like, oh, hey, like, I know you knew my father passed away. Why didn't I hear from you? Why wait for the cameras to roll to bring it up is my whole issue. Because you agreed to tape the show with her. So you were willing to sit in a room with her. And then now that you're in a room with her, now you just want to bring up how she didn't reach out to you. So I just find it really faulty on Brandi's part. It just seems very storyline-ish to me. And I'm not sitting here trying to take away from her losing her father. That is a very, very sad situation. That's something that is very hard for anyone to go through. Like losing a parent, losing anyone close to you that you love is not a good feeling. It's something that some people have to deal with, unfortunately, dealing with the death of a loved one. But for you to wait to bring it to camera, I have very mixed reactions on it. And I see a lot of people that I'm cool with that that are talking about it, that are saying like, oh, I think Malaysia's wrong. But on the other hand, saying like, oh, I reached out to someone before when, that I wasn't speaking to anymore and they lost someone and I got no response. And see, that's my thing. So had Malaysia had reached out to you, Brandi, would you have responded? Or did you just want to see what she would do? If she would have reached out to you, would you have really communicated with her and spoken to her and said, you know what, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it, even though me and you haven't spoken in 3 years. Would you have done that is the question. And we don't have time to sit and play detective and say, oh, well, this one is wrong and this one is right. I just know that if people are not on speaking terms, unfortunately, things that happen in your life, you can't expect them to reach out to you if you guys are not speaking. And just like Malaysia said, she's going through her own thing. Her baby father is not supporting her financially. She's the mother of 3 kids, and it's like she has to do it on her own. And even though she technically didn't lose someone per se, but she's going through her own thing. And did Brandi care to see what's going on with Malaysia? Or even when Malaysia mentioned it to Brandi last week on the episode and told her, Brandi didn't care. All Brandi cared about was, oh, my father passed away and you didn't reach out to me. And people are telling me that you knew and you still didn't reach out to me. So just based off of what I'm seeing on TV, I just feel that Brandi is playing it up for the cameras as far as trying to make Malaysia out to be the bad person. So I'm really not team Brandi when it comes to this. Like I said before, I'm sad that happened. I get it. She lost her parent, and you want people to reach out to you and give your condolences and see how you're doing. But sometimes if a relationship is cut off with someone, that's exactly what it is. It's cut off from someone. So no one's saying that Malaysia was happy to hear the news. I'm pretty sure whether Malaysia knew, Malaysia says that she didn't know, but even if she knew, I'm sure she wasn't proud or happy to hear that news, even though she didn't reach out to you, Brandi. So I'm just not a fan of Brandi at this point. I kind of wasn't when she was on the show before. It's just something about her that rubs me the wrong way. And I'm just not fully buying the fact that she's hurt behind Malaysia not reaching out. Because like I said, once again, when you have fallouts with people and you really stop communicating with people, I wouldn't have expected someone to reach out to me that I hadn't spoken to in 3 years. If Malaysia did, that would have been great. Thank you for seeing how I'm doing. But the fact that she didn't, Brandi shouldn't be sitting here trying to make it a big deal. And now all of a sudden now she's ready to argue with Malaysia every time she sees her, calling her fake, saying this, saying that. But then on the other hand, when all the women were out, she's like that's still my friend. I'm still going to take up for her. I'm just used to doing that. So it's like, which is it? Like, I just feel that I think Brandi really just wants to be friends with Malaysia again at the bottom line. Like, she wants to rekindle their friendship, and she wants Malaysia to, I guess, show her mercy and just act, just be very apologetic to her and beg for her forgiveness. And Malaysia's not doing that. So Brandi is just trying to take it as far as she can take it. But I will be watching and speaking on Basketball Wives as the season progresses. I just wanted to bring that to the forefront. Please feel free. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this situation. Do you think Malaysia was wrong? Do you think Brandi was wrong? Just let me know how you feel about this situation, because like I said, I've had a friendship with someone for many years, and at this point, if I was to have heard bad news like that, or if she was to have heard bad news like that, I honestly don't expect her to reach out to me. Like, I wouldn't have expected her to reach out to me. If she did, it would have been okay, great. But, sometimes when you move on from friendships, it's what it is. And people have to understand that. And I just think that Brandi's just milking this as far as she can to make Malaysia out to be the bad person. So once again, guys, thanks for listening to this video. Please like, comment, subscribe to my page. Let me know your thoughts and what you think either one of the women should have done when it comes to this. Okay.